everyone. Today we are going to talk about linear equations in two steps, or it's a with variables on both sides. And we are going to use the idea of linear equations. And remember, basically a linear equation is when we have the same quantity in both sides. As you can see in this weighted scale, we have balanced this weighted scale, and we have these two containers that we have x and x. That means that we don't know the how many pounds do we have in that two containers. So in here we have 5 units. So then we're going to have 2x, we represent as a 2x plus 5 that represent this quantity. And in the other side we only have one container and represent only x. And we have 9 of these things, and we have x plus 9. Then remember, when we work with variables on both sides, we need to use the inverse operation, and we need to do the arrangements of like terms. Like terms means that we need to arrange variables with variables and constants with the constants. So here, for example, we have the 2x and the x. So this is positive x. We are going to move as a negative x. Then we have 9, and this is positive 5, and we are going to move as a negative 5. Why? Because it's the inverse operation. And remember, the 9 we only copy because we keep in the same position. We apply the inverse operation or the transposition of terms just when you move after or before the equal sign. When you're finished to solve it, you're going to have the value of x equals to 4. And in the second weight scale, we have a balanced weight scale, and we have this square with a pound that we don't know, so we represent with the variable x. X, and we have 5x of this one, we represent as a 5x plus one circle that we have here, only one. And in the other side, we have 3 boxes, and we represent as a 3x plus 5. Then we apply the same procedure or steps to combine variables with variables and constant with constant. This is positive 3x, we pass as a negative 3x using the inverse operation. The 5 we only copy because we keep in the same position. And the positive 1, we apply the inverse operation because we are going to do the transposition to the other side. Finally, when you finish to work, we have x equals to 2. Then I'm going to explain the how to solve linear equations with distributive property. And for this case, we are going to use DCI, distributive, combine, and inverse operation. Look at this. First, you're gonna try to solve all the distributive property that you have in the expression. In this case, we have negative 3 times x and negative 3 times negative 2, 4 times x and 4 times 10. The 1 we only copy. So we are going to multiply. Negative 3 times x is going to be negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2, it's positive 6, equal 4 times x is 4x plus 4 times 10, it's going to be positive 40, and plus 1, we only copy the 1, or it's the constant. Then we are going to combine. It's variables and constant with constant. The negative 3x, we copy only negative 3x because we keep in the same position. But for x, transposition, so it's going to be negative 4x, equal the 40, we keep in the same place, plus the 1, and the 6, the transposition is going to be negative 6. Then you are going to have a negative 3 minus 4, so our equal signs, so we're going to add negative 7x. Remember the rules for integers. And here we have 40 plus 1, it's 41, and 41 minus 6 is 35. And we are going to have negative 7x equals to 35. But remember, you need to identify the value for x. So in this case, negative 7, it's multiplying with x. So we need to divide here, and we need to divide in the other side to keep the idea of the weighted scale, or it's the equality. And finally, you are going to have x equals to negative 5. X equal to negative 5. Remember, it's so important to identify the rules for integers. And in the second one, remember, we are going to continue with distributive, combine, and inverse. Here we have the distributive property. Please use it. Then we have another distributive property we need to solve, and here we have another distributive property. After we solve the distributive property, we are going to combine the terms. So here's going to be negative 5y, negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20, plus 10 we only copy, equal negative 2 times y, it's negative 2y, and negative 2 times positive 2, it's negative 4. Be careful with the integers rules. 4 times 1, it's going to be 4y, and 4 times negative 3, it's going to be negative 12. We already finished with the distributive, now we are going to combine. The negative 5y, we only copy here. The negative 2y, so it's negative, we move as a positive 2y. And then we have 4y, so we are going to move as a positive 4y, equal, we copy this negative 4, this negative 12, and now the transpositions, positive 20, negative 20, positive 10, negative 10. Then we solve this one. Negative 5 plus 2, it's negative 3, minus 4, it's negative 7y, equal negative 4 minus 12 equal signs, we add them, negative 16. Negative 16 minus 20, it's negative 36. Negative 36 minus 10, it's negative 46. Then we divide by negative 7 here. And in this one, by negative 7 to keep the idea of the weighted scale, or it's the equality. So finally, we are going to have a value of y equal 46 over 7. Why positive 46 over 7? Because we have negative and negative, and when it's division, when we have same sign, it's going to be positive answer. Remember the rules for a span. And this is the distributive property and linear equations, and we use DCI.